Alliance has convened an urgent meeting of the party's federal executive today following the axing of Deputy Minister of Trade and Industry Andrew Whitfield. The presidency says the decision was made by President Cyril Ramaphosa in terms of Section 93(1) of the Constitution. Well, the president has thanked the former deputy minister for the time he served in the role. However, questions over a possible cabinet reshuffle remain unanswered, as the presidency noted that the president has not indicated any intention to make wholesale changes to his cabinet. We've roped in political analyst Sandile Swana to weigh in on these developments. Sandile, very good afternoon to you. So there's been no reason provided for Andrew Whitfield's removal yet. Just a short statement from the presidency thanking him as the Deputy Minister of Trade, Industry and Competition. As we await that outcome from that emergency DA meeting, let's firstly get your reaction to these developments and possible reasons, Sandile.
Oh, thank you, Unati, and good afternoon to your viewers. First of all, I think the statement is very well crafted to be clear that what has actually simply happened here is the termination of the Deputy Minister of Trade and Industry. Nothing else has happened. And then I think the presidency, even the spokesperson of the president has made it clear that this must not be linked to any other cabinet, to cut to the cabinet ministers or a cabinet reshuffle. So I think that was very necessary. So whatever is going on, for the time being, we have to say there is something that the DA and Whitfield were doing inside the trade and industry section of government that perhaps necessitated an otherwise very patient president to actually dismiss this particular deputy minister.
And I mean, Whitfield was one of the two deputy ministers at the Trade, Industry and Competition, department, serving under Minister Parks Tau, a portfolio the DA really fought hard for during those GNU negotiations. So given that there is this emergency meeting, what are we likely then to see or hear from the DA itself?
I think that from a political perspective, in South Africa, linked to the United States of America, there is a serious effort to actually abolish black economic empowerment in South Africa. And in the many efforts to either rewrite BEE or to abolish it altogether, we have seen the white section of the population, which the DA represents and wants to be probably the sole authentic representative of the white population in South Africa, taking steps and perhaps using channels that fall outside of government channels, whilst government channels do exist and are fully operational, etc., etc. So the overstepping of legitimate authority by the white population and perhaps the DA and the Freedom Front Plus could have resulted in this. So the battle that I suspect is about to ensue will revolve around the wishes of Elon Musk and the wishes of J.D. Vance and Trump himself to assert white supremacy in South Africa. That is basically where the political struggle is probably going to be. When they fought hard for the trade and industry ministry, it was not because the DA has got any track record to speak of that of growing the South African economy. They do not have a track record of growing the South African economy at all. So the only thing that we know that they want and which they have stated is the abolition of BEE. And that is going to be a big political struggle. Whether Ramaphosa likes it or not, it's going to be hot.
And I mean, just on that point that you're making, we saw, of course, how President Cyril Ramaphosa yesterday during that Q&A session in Parliament also again defending, BEE, triple BEE, but also, the policies around transformation at pains, really, as he was fielding those questions. What does this then tell us, particularly as it relates to the GNU and its health around these issues that speak to transformation?
The GNU is very healthy in terms of what it is. I mean, when you read some of the records of even the people that went to the USA with Cyril Ramaphosa and to negotiate these deals, the Adrian Gores of this world, which business leadership, South Africa, those types of people who are really that Ramaphosa has outsourced the government of this country to, and who are the bosses of the GNU. So the GNU, for what it was designed to do, which is really a government of big business and billionaires, controlled by the billionaires, is just fine. Ramaphosa can squirm and squeal, but this is what he signed up for. The questions raised by the DA are in conflict, in my judgment, with the spirit of the Constitution, because the laws that we have are consistent with the Constitution. So they want to water it down to the point where we're back in the 1980s. That is really the tragedy of the situation we're in, but the GNU is in place, it is solid, it's fit for purpose for what it was designed to do. It is doing exactly that.
Absolutely, Sandile. Thank you so much for your time, of course, and your analysis, of course, and a number of speculation around this particular dismissal of Andrew Whitfield.